We love you all. We love our fans. We love this city, and we'll miss you so much.
She's like the mother of the team. Anything you need, anything you wanted to, you go see Cherry and see if Cherry gets straightened out.
She is a wonderful role model of a mother, of a wife, of a community leader.
She was always right off Bart's shoulder, helping Bart be Bart, but at the same time being wonderfully special herself.
I was at a meeting, Bart Starr was the speaker. He mentioned that after football, he and Cherry want to do something with youth. I said, we've seen this piece of property. It's ideal to be a youth home. It's on the Wolf River near New London, Wisconsin, and I'm told that you and Cherry might have an interest in this after football. I said, well, how do we make an appointment? He said, well, you want to come to Green Bay to our home right now? And I said, sure. Bart meets us at the door, takes us into the house, takes us to the kitchen where Cherry's making supper. So I said to Cherry, we'll make our presentation quick because we don't want to mess up your supper plans. Cherry said, if you all make your plans fast, you're going to mess up our supper plans because you're having supper with us. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. We get to a point where Bart says, well, what do you want from us? And I says, Bart, we need everything. And Bart looked over at Cherry, who was to his right on the couch. And she gave a little nod. I had no clue what that meant, because it wasn't like a nod, it was just a little wiggle of her head. And he looked back at me and he said, I guess we're on board. Let's go have supper and talk over how we're going to work together. And that was the start of 50 years of working together.
Sitting in the locker room, and Bart Starr had his agent that was in our business partner that was in town, and he came over and said, Johnny, let's go out and get something to eat. I said, great. Man, where are we going? We're going to go to Bart's house. I go, why? So we can get Cherry to make us some breakfast. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? No, we don't need, I'm a rookie. I don't need to be going there at this time in the morning. And so we get there, we knock on the door. Cherry comes there with her nightgown on. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Johnny, come on in. I'm like I'm sweating bullets. You know, now you're like, man, I'm in the coach's house and his wife's sitting there, entertaining. And so we sat there and talked, and Cherry said, yeah, Bart's really high on you. And so just keep working, keep working hard.
Our family took a family vacation, our first, to Green Bay. And training camp was going on, and I looked Bart up in the phone book.
Go up to the front door, knock on the door, and Cherry answers. And what do you say when you're 7 and 12 and you're at Bart Starr's house, but Bart home? And she says, no, he's at training camp with Coach Lombardi and they're watching film and all this kind of stuff, but come on in.
She invited our entire family right off the street, unknown, complete unknowns, gave us a tour of their home.
I mean, it was 55 years ago. I remember this like it was 5 minutes ago. And she got us pictures of Bart. We spent 15, 20 minutes in the house. She was so gracious and told us where to meet her the next day, and she would make sure that we got Bart's autograph.
And I can't imagine anything like that ever happening again anywhere. It seems tough to believe that it even happened then. And to meet her some 40 years later and to have her be just as gracious.
I told her the whole story about this and how gracious she was, and she says, and I let you in, didn't I? And I knew in that second, seeing those big eyes and that joy in her face, that she had let 10,000 kids in that house.
She loved animals and youth. And when she'd come to Rawhide, the animals all over the place. And so she would hug the animals, but she would hug the boys. And the boys that come to Rawhide, unfortunately, in most cases are from families that don't do a lot of hugging. And so we prepare the new boys to be ready for a hug from Cherry. And that she is not hugging them as a formality, she's hugging them because she's excited they're at Rawhide. She knows the future they have because they're there, and she literally loves them even before she's really met them.
She's just so calming. I mean, that first meeting is how you just felt like, okay, I feel at home. It's not like there's this higher echelon of, okay, you're the player, this is the coach's wife. But it wasn't. It was like, okay, how you doing? You know, welcome to Green Bay. Have fun. Good luck. You're a hard worker. I know it. I can see it in you. And so, that confidence you got from her was overwhelming.
She knows what's right and what's wrong. She's been around. She's seen it all. See, that was another thing. Everybody had to respect her. She was here when the team couldn't win nothing. Didn't even win the toss at the coin. And all of a sudden, she saw the team win, and she knew the difference. She knew the difference of what it was like to see the whys of a losing team and the whys of a winning team. And she molded the women into the winning whys. Whys are very important to a team. Believe me, you spend more time with your wife than you do with your teammates. And so she has a bigger influence on you.
You know, Bart's an icon around here. He's physically gone, but his name hangs over this place like nothing else. And as great a guy as he was and all that, not only was he perfectly matched with her, but he couldn't have become what he did without her. She was just the perfect fit for his identity and his greatness, and just as a couple, just as sweet and beautiful a couple as you'll ever meet.